the plant manager, the new guy, I loved him. As soon as he wanted to do that, I loved him because I knew he was about to learn what was really going on. He got to go see and experience what all the people out there were having to work in every day. So he goes out, he pulls everybody, all of us managers, all of the people working there, he pulls us all together. He says, okay, I want each one of you to take one of these managers, teach them how to run your machine. Stand there with them. Don't let them kill themselves. Don't let them cut their fingers off. Don't let them do anything. Don't tear up stuff. But put them out there and let them learn. Stand there, hold a hand if you got to. And we're gonna work in your department for about 2 hours. And this is what real lean leadership looks like. Lean leadership is about doing what I'm teaching you in this chapter. Go get in the middle of it, learn what's happening. So we did that for 2 hours. And we was all cutting up. The plant manager leading the way. He was making jokes. He was hooting and hollering. He had on Kevlar sleeves and gloves and jeans and was sweating and getting dirty and making jokes. It was just a fun time. For those of us who were actually leaders, you can understand the managers of people were hating it because now they look little. Now they look like I got to come out here and run a machine. And I tell you, our ops manager, the number 2 guy at the plant, he stood over there like this in the aisle while we did all that. For 2 hours.
He's too good to get dirty.
Oh yeah, he had his nice new clean gloves in his arm. I heard him over, speaking to a supervisor, and she was like, "Ain't you gonna get out there with him?" He said, "I didn't go to college to run a machine." So he had a lot of pride and ego. This guy, he didn't make it very long after that either, but he was given a chance, and that was what he did with his chance. He kind of showed who he was and who he wanted to remain. So we had to love him, but we had to miss him. He wasn't a good fit. So the key point. After all this is over, Jim, my boss, he thanked everybody, the plant manager. He thanked everybody, all of us managers that report to him. We went up to the conference room. He closed the door. We all around the table, all dirty, hot, and sweaty. And Jim gets a marker, goes up to the whiteboard. And he said, what did y'all learn? What y'all learn relative to safety? People started saying things. He's writing it down. He said, what about quality? He started writing down the things. He'd go around till it got quiet. I mean, that board was full of stuff. He said, what about productivity? What about tooling? What about anything, right? He had all these columns. We went through all this stuff. Finally, he got done. The room finally got quiet. I love this. I can see him like I was sitting at that table just today. He turned around, he looked at us. He looked at the board. He walked over to the door, opened the door, smiled real big. He said, now go fix all of it. And he closed the door and he left. Oh, I just loved it. I loved it. I knew why he left too. He gonna give him time to vent. And that's what most of them did. Because see, now they had to actually go fix some real problems. Stuff that was really wrong. When they go in and they talk about the spreadsheet and the PowerPoint and all this stuff, this usually based on old data or inaccurate data because we've changed so much over time. We're so busy, we ain't got time to update the data. And we're making all these decisions based on bad data. Can't do that now. We were right out there on the floor. Like we saw all these problems 10 minutes ago. They need to be fixed today. And what's cool, I tell you that story, because just like the ship, just like Captain Abershaw, worst to first, we were actually minus 3% gross profit margin. We were about to be shut down, but I didn't know it till later on when I resigned and that plant manager told me the whole story behind what was going on. But within 3 years, basically with the same team, but minus the ops manager, and a couple more like him, but basically the same people. We went from minus 3% gross profit margin to plus 35% gross profit margin. We became the shining star within our 70 plants that everybody wanted to come learn from us. We were the same team. We just had a different leader.